All right, welcome back to the preview show. We're back after a week off. Hi, everybody. Casey Campbell. That's Jonathan Fiel from the Racing Experts. Oh boy, lots to talk about this week with Martinsville. Of course, we did have a lot of news yesterday. I do want to point something out. Of course, the big news yesterday was obviously Taylor Gray and the condition of him. Of course, he was involved in a car accident in the last few days, and he went through surgery on his left fore vertebrae, as well as later on he'll be having surgery on his ankle and foot. That's going to cause him to be out for at least the truck race at Richmond. But obviously, when obviously releases come out, we'll let you know. And of course, always thinking about Taylor and the Gray family at this time. Okay, so got that out of the way, and now let's preview the Martinsville race. We have a lot to talk about because the thing is, we've had 7 different winners in 7 races. Team Penske has won the last 2 races. Does the Penske train continue? Especially the one that hasn't won yet is Brad Keselowski. We see Ryan Blaney won at Atlanta, Joey Logano won at the Bristol Dirt, and then now could Keselowski continue the Penske trying to get his first win of the year at Martinsville?
Short answer, yes. Long answer, in the last 10 races, Brad Keselowski has not missed a single lap at Martinsville. He's completed all 5,005 laps that he's run in the last 10 races. Average finish 3.8, 9 top 5s, 10 top 10s, 2 wins at the track. He's phenomenal there. I think if he's going to get a win anytime in these next couple, well, as I say that, and Talladega is coming up, and Brad Keselowski is an amazing plate racer, but I think if he's going to get a win anytime in these next few races, it's going to be at Martinsville. Keselowski is just really good there. I think he could do it this weekend.
There's a lot of teams that are really, really impressing right now. Obviously, we know Hendrick Motorsports. We know Joe Gibbs Racing because they're always at the top. I know Hendrick has kind of resurged itself back up there, but there are 3 teams that I kind of want to touch on right now that have been really impressive. Roush Fenway, JTG, and Trackhouse.
Trackhouse, yeah. Daniel Suarez, I mean, he went up there and took the lead away from Martin Truex Jr. of all people. I think I certainly didn't expect him to run this well this season, especially but I think it really shows the talent that Daniel Suarez has, just being able to run so well at a track that was definitely not aero dependent and was definitely in the driver's hands, just sliding around, slipping around, not much downforce. I think Suarez had a real watershed moment. I think he can continue that this week. And Martinsville is another driver dependent track, and I think he could do something this weekend. I don't think it'll be a race winning speed, but I think he'll do something this weekend. And like you mentioned, Roush Fenway and JTG Jordan have been phenomenal too this season.
Yeah. Okay, so I've gone through 3 teams that we've seen do well. There's one obvious team that is not doing well, and the thing is, I cannot figure this out, and I don't know if you can either. But what's going on with Stewart-Haas?
Gosh, I don't know. It's strange to see them running this way. I didn't think Clint Boyer retiring would have as much of an impact on the team as it has, but it really has. And who knows if it is Clint Boyer specifically, but it's weird to see Stewart-Haas race and run like this, especially just, we talked about the Las Vegas race where they were all except for Kevin Harvick, they were pretty much all running outside the top 20. Atlanta, very similar instance. It was just not a very Stewart-Haas racing has not been very Stewart-Haas racing at all.
Yeah. Another interesting note this week, of course, during the off week, NASCAR tested rain tires at some short tracks. That's going to be, we've always said in the past, you never know what could happen. And now they're testing these rain tires. And what do you think about that?
Yeah, not the first time they've done that either, because Terry Labonte back in the 90s tested rain tires, I believe it was at Martinsville. And I don't know, if we can make this work, it would be cool. I mean, oval racing has always been plagued by the rain, and the weepers, of course, which were fixed with some of the repaves and stuff. It's still kind of an issue. Well, I suppose we don't go to Iowa Speedway anymore, but I think it would be a way forward for NASCAR in kind of combating an issue that they can't really, just snap of a finger fix, but can do something to respond to it. I'm glad they're trying to. I'm glad NASCAR has been as ambitious as they have been in the last few years. Just you think about the Roval, started with the Roval in 2018. Looking at new road course. I mean, look at the schedule right now. The dirt race, and rain tires too, which were unfathomable. Even 10 years ago. It's great to see NASCAR really ambitious and really trying some things.
We also found out some other news, and that broke this week. We finally know when the next gen car is going to be revealed, what the Ford is going to look like, what the Chevy is going to look like, and what the Toyota is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of go into that. I mean, I think everyone is excited to see this next gen car.
Yeah, I know I am. And shout out to my cousin Alex because it's on his birthday, May 5th. It's going to be exciting to see. Well, I think already we've seen kind of an idea of what the Chevrolet model is going to look like, judging by the front end of it. That the next gen car they've been testing, it's been a very Chevrolet Camaro looking model. But I think there'll still be some little nuances in there that we'll get to see that I'm excited for it. I know you are, but I'm very excited for it because the Gen 6 car, they promise kind of a return to stock, but when you're talking about a four-door sedan being squished down to a coupe design and kind of like that, it's not really stock. And I mean, we'll still have it with the Toyota Camry. Well, maybe with the Camry. I think that's already been confirmed, but um, the Camaro and the Mustang, though, it's awesome to see that we're going to get a car that is made specifically for two-door, coupe models and very stock and like a lot of the different specifications that are coming. It's going to be a return to stock, like they said, and it's awesome to see.
Yeah. Okay, the Xfinity race is tonight. I do want to touch on that a little bit because the last time the Xfinity Series raced, two things happened. One, Justin Allgaier got his first win of the season. Got a chance to talk with him this week, and then, of course, we got to talk about that big fight on pit road between Daniel Hemrick and Noah Gragson.
Yeah, how about that? That was I saw also. It was the CEO of Brant tweeted out later about that. That was pretty wild what happened on pit road. Noah Gragson is having a wild season. I mean, he is going to go up and down the garage area, and he's going to have 40 different dirty looks at him by the end of it. But I think it really just kind of shows the passion and the fire that he has within him.
Yeah.
People may not like it. It's a lot like how Kyle Busch was back in 2009, 2010, 2011. Like his fire, his passion really made a lot of people mad, really turned a lot of people off. But I think it's something that he has to go through. He has to live out. He has to kind of mold out and shape out now into like being like a top tier driver. And I think he's going to get through this. I think he's got great backers. I think he's got great people supporting him. But it's it's making for some entertaining stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the trucks are off this week. They'll be back at Richmond next week, so we'll get into those discussions next week. But we have to make some picks for this weekend at Martinsville. Let's start with tonight's race for the Xfinity Series. I'll let you go first this time. Who you got?
Balls in my court, I guess. All right. I'm gonna pick AJ Allmendinger.
Okay. Wow. I mean, yeah. The thing is, there's a lot of guys that I mean, you go through the field. There's about 5 or 6 guys that can win. I mean, Allgaier ran strong. Harrison Burton ran strong. Ty Gibbs is in the field. I've been on the trend with Ty, and he came. And the thing is, he finished second the last time I picked him. He's going to get it done, and he's going to get it done. I think Ty in his unsponsored car is going to win this weekend. Okay. Yeah, you never know. I think Harrison. And by the way, the Xfinity Dash for Cash is also on tonight. Of course, Justin Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger, Harrison Burton, and Noah Gragson. If the first one to finish out of the 4 of those drivers gets a $100,000 bonus. So that's always always fun when money's on the line. You gotta love the Dash for Cash.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the Cup race. Oh boy. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, the Team Penske train is strong. We've seen 7 different winners. We're not going to see an 8th different winner just yet. I'm going to take Martin Truex Jr. this weekend. He's going to get it done in that 19.
Interesting. Not a bad pick either because he's won the 2 of the last 3 races on Martinsville. Not a bad pick at all. Driving a Toyota too. Want to also go back to what I said about the next gen car. Toyota is keeping the Camry, but yeah, not a bad pick. But I think Brad Keselowski's gonna get it done. Great record at the track. Hasn't won yet this season. I'm all about the parity, so I'm betting on Keselowski for tonight or tomorrow night, I should say.
Yep. If he'll continue the Team Penske streak so far. Of course, Penske has won the last 2 races in the season. But anyway, thank you so much, Jonathan, for coming on. And of course, we'll be back next week to preview everything before Richmond and everything, and recap everything that happened at Martinsville. All right, enjoy the race tonight.